Hi, Taurus. Whether you're a Taurus sun, moon, or rising sign, thanks so much for joining me today. I thought I would do a specific Mercury retrograde reading for all Taurus, and I'm a Taurus, so I'll be very curious to see what kind of cards come up for navigating the retrograde. And the retrograde begins on April 9th. It's going to be staying with us until May 3rd. So during that time period, with the retrograde, a lot of things feel like it feels like the wires are crossed, or that we're moving backwards. Particularly, the areas that this happens in are our communication, and we have a lot of misunderstandings, and our clear thinking is affected, and truth that we tell each other and ourselves, as well as travel and electronics. So with a retrograde, it's all about taking a step back and restoring and releasing and investigating new perspectives or new pathways that can help you go with the flow. So I've kind of made up my own little spread or borrowed from others, and just kind of getting to the heart of the matter and looking for advice and guidance and seeing where we are. After what I pull with the tarot, then I will pull some oracle cards for clarification and focus. And for Taurus, I'm using my vintage Frankie Albano weight deck. So let me just give it a few shuffles, and then we'll see what we can learn for the retrograde period. And this says the Arrow Master, hitting the mark, intention, and detachment. So I have a lot of glare tonight. Oh, there we go. So the Arrow Master of hitting the mark. And what does that tell us? That tells us that this is a time to really hone in and to think about the direction that you're headed with respect to the things that you want to achieve or that you want to accomplish. And take the time to really think about the target. And hitting the mark means that you're focused. You're thinking about how you're going to execute the plan, or the actual stroke of drawing the arrow back and letting it fly. So it's the focus of keeping your eye on the target. Makes me think a lot of playing golf and, keeping your eye on the ball, swinging at your target. Well, the same thing with the Arrow Master, which is a sense of trusting yourself and your ability to do what you need to do to accomplish your goals. And the piece here about detachment, it's really letting go of the outcome. You're going to give it your best shot. You've prepared. You've taken all the steps that you need to take in order to reach your goals. So if this is regarding trying to incorporate more exercise into your life, this can be, using your iPhone apps to track, to outline for the week how much time you can spend exercising or going for a walk or going for a run. But it's really, to me, the intention is the direct focus on the bullseye and hitting that bullseye, or getting as close as you can as a result of the effort, the mindset, everything that you have put into it, to trust how you're going to do it. And so that is the part of the intention and the mastery. He is the Arrow Master. It's being a master of your abilities. And everyone is unique. So for you to get in there, hone right in, direct your energy, take everything that you know and that you've incorporated into your life, and let that arrow fly. And whatever the outcome happens, you've put your best into it. And so I think that's a great message, is that you are the Arrow Master. You direct the arrow. You control the flight. You control the energy behind it and the focus. So with this new moon and a sense of finding focus and really channeling forward, So let's take a look at body. Yeah. I apologize for the lights. My lights in my room here are like gone wacky. They're way too bright, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Follow the light. Okay. Okay, so for our body, it says relationship. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for healing and guiding all of my relationships upon the path of love. So for this week, there we go. Let me see if I can get that closer. We're going to focus on our relationships. We're going to be mindful of how we speak to one another, how we treat one another, how we make time and make space for the relationships in our lives. And so if you've been meaning to get in touch with someone that you haven't, make the effort. Text, email, make the call. Relationships, whether at the office or whether they are in your home, with your partner, with someone that you love, with a parent, relationships take nurturing and they take thoughtfulness to be able to make them work and to make them work for both parties so that there's equal giving within the relationship. And so if you treat someone with gentleness and with kindness and with compassion, that's a great start. Let's see, where can I do this? That's a great start for any relationship and any sense of, what am I trying to say here? Of authenticity. That when you are coming from a place of honesty, when you're coming from a place of reaching out, and hopefully the person also reaches back to you so that it's not a one-sided situation, but when you reach out with your heart and with love, hopefully you shall get that love back within the relationship. So for this week, not only are we directing our focus and using our intention to channel and to direct exactly what it is that we want to achieve, we are paying attention to our relationships and we're just being light and loving. I think that's just a simple way to think about what to do for the week. And now moving on to the spiritual self. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, this one is relationships as well. So let me read this. Relationships are just mirror images of your own life, how you feel and treat yourself, as well as how you react and respond to different situations and the people around you. Be aware that every relationship is an opportunity for soul growth. This doggone glare. I'll figure this out eventually. So here, it's a week of relationships. It's a time to just be very mindful of the interactions that you have. And relationships are so important within our life, of what we get from others, from their positive energy, from their inspiration, from their love and caring, that it's simply a good practice, and it makes sense to pay attention to how your relationships are going. And by the same token, for the relationships that you think are not serving you, that are not helping, that are draining you or exhausting you, then perhaps it's time for A, either a courageous conversation, or B, set it aside and focus on the people and the relationships in your life that are more equal, more harmonious, and more reciprocating. So don't let the toxic relationships overwhelm the healthier relationships that you have. Okay, and finally, for the practice area, to practice. Okay, I'll just shuffle these here. This is one of my favorite decks, the Kyle Gray. What is it? Angel Prayers. Take time to breathe. Thank you, angels. I breathe with ease, knowing you're here. Let's see if we can get this. How can I get this? There we go. That's better. So take time to breathe, which is really a gift to yourself. And with life as it is, where we have so much to accomplish, so much that we want to do personally, professionally, in all aspects of trying to keep it together. We often forget to take the time out to rest, to recover, and to catch our breath. So taking time to breathe, whether it's a vacation, whether it's a walk in nature, and taking in some vitamin D and some fresh air, or maybe it's quiet time reading a book in your little reading nook that you've created, or meditation, however you define it, however you can catch your breath, however you can make the time to relax and to regenerate, because that's what breathing does. It gives us the opportunity to restore. And so I think it's a great practice to do, and it doesn't have to be hours. It could be 5 minutes here, maybe another 10 minutes somewhere else, but making time for yourself to breathe. So I think that these are lovely messages, and I'll just, Arrow Master, which is focus your energy, keep your eye on the target, set your intention, and go for it, and let go of the outcome, because if you've put in your best, then the result will be what it will be, and hopefully it'll be right on the bullseye. We have 2 cards relating to relationships. Let's see if I can get that. And so pay attention to relationships this week and how they're going, and honor the friendships and the relationships that really make you feel happy and joyful. And just take time to show appreciation for them. And for the relationships that are not helping, do something about it. Make them take less space of your life and create less friction within your life. And finally, take time to breathe. Make the time for yourself. There we go. Make the time for yourself to breathe, to catch your breath, and to restore. And that'll certainly help in all areas of your life. So I hope that you found something helpful here today, and I just wanted to do this video. It's a little quicker for me to do it just sitting here and to show the cards like that. So if you found it helpful, please subscribe if you haven't already, and like, share, or comment. Let me know how you're doing. And I thank you so much for watching, and I'm very grateful, and I hope you have a terrific week. Take care. Bye-bye.